What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome back to Exos Heroes. Now before we get started, today's video is sponsored by Exos Heroes. So if you do like what you see, you want to download the game yourself, please do so using my referral link below this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Today's video is going to be focused on the newest Fatecore addition to the game, Baileysh. This new Fatecore is a part of the First Guardians theme, and we're taking a look at these. All of these characters are going to have a lot of similarities because they are all a part of the Dragon Emperor Knights. So when you're taking a look at the passives and you're seeing like the dragon blood and the dragon mark and all of those passives there, that's basically by design because they're all a part of the Dragon Emperor Knights. So as this game releases new characters, they're going to release them in collections. So you are going to see more dragon blood style characters added to the game as they go through all of the different element types. So let's go ahead and jump into combat. I'll show you what this character is all about. Starting off with his model, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. And like I said earlier, all of the Dragon Emperor Knights are going to follow a very similar theme, not only when it comes to their kits and their passives, as well as their actual thematic appearance as well. So there is his basic attack, pretty straightforward there. Now, of course, he has a nice beefy passive, but what we're going to focus on, since we've already kind of talked about the Great One, which allows Dragon Blood marks to be applied, Dragon Blood that can stack up to a max of 7, but if you avoid that character for 2 turns, they all fall off. Wrath, you know, the counter. We're not going to talk too much about that because it's very similar to Fatecore Xeon as well as Fatecore Anastasia. We'll focus on the part that makes him unique, which is going to be his base passive. So he can remove mana from the target and gain mana, and he can also gain mana from the target if he hits someone that has 80% health or higher, and he also removes buffs as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at his number 1 ability. This one's called White Rebellion, requires 2 mana to cast. This is going to be an AoE damage that also applies a damage over time as well. So when you're thinking about PvP and you're thinking about the Dragon Blood meta that's currently in the game, having a damage over time ability is quite the liability because damage over time will trigger Dragon Blood, and it also triggers Guardian Stones as well. So in PvE and non-Dragon Blood style teams, this is a fantastic ability because you can basically cast it once and you are going to get 2 more applies of tick damage, which will hit the Guardian Stones. However, like I mentioned, if you are going in PvP, you're fighting a Dragon Blood team, your initial damage is going to trigger Dragon Blood, and the 2 ticks of the damage over time is also going to tick it. So this is not a great ability to use if you're going to go against other Dragon Blood teams. But like I said, when it comes to PvE, it's a fantastic ability because it allows you to kind of set and forget, and a lot of the PvE encounters in this game have a lot of Guardian Stones to have to go through. So this allows you to basically get 3 ticks of a Guardian Stone without having to go back around to your turn and do 3 separate turns, if that makes sense. This is his ultimate, which I think is absolutely fantastic, by the way. What an awesome looking ultimate that is. I love the eyes, I love the gold teeth. They all jump on top of him and explode. If you've seen his OG one, it's very similar to that, but quite different. So as far as his skill 2 is concerned, this is a single target ability, and it also applies corrode for 5 turns. So when you think about this ability, you cast it 1 time, that will trigger a Guardian Stone if they're weak against darkness, and then an additional 5 turns, that's another tick and another tick and another tick, which like I said, when you're fighting certain encounters in this game, especially when it comes to PvE, this is a very, very valuable move. So to show you more of this in action, here we are in combat in the current event, and as you guys can see, the boss encounter here has 4 Dark Guardian Crystals. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and apply White Rebellion. That's going to tick her Guardian Stone 1 time for the damage. Her turn just went by once again. That's another tick. Go ahead and smack you in the face there. Damage over time hits again. And as you guys can see, just by casting that ability 1 time with White Rebellion, I was able to take 1, 2, and 3 of the Dark Crystals, which as you guys can see is super useful. When it comes to turns in this game, think about all the turns. It's not just your individual character turn, it's the enemy turn and all of your ally turns. So those 2 turns tick over quite quickly, and that's a good thing because that allows you to have the opponent in break status more often, which allows, of course, you to do even more damage. So there you go. Now, as far as PvP is concerned, like we talked about earlier, having damage over time is quite the liability if you're going against an enemy Dragon Blood team, but also do keep in mind that he still brings Dragon Blood to your rear line squad as well. So let's go ahead and see. I guess the very best way to kind of figure out how well this works is to try it live. All right, so we have a Xeon not wearing his outfit, but that's okay. Let's see what we can do here. So we'll start off by plucking Anastasia in the face a little bit, seeing what she's weak against. Nothing there. Right now he already has barrier, so does Baraka. So let's go ahead and see Let's go see what we can do to the Bernadette in the background. Pretty decent damage there, but she's going to shrug off a little bit of that with all the first aid passives ticking in. Was enough to take out my Bernadette, though, which was not great. All right, game, I see ya. So let's just go ahead and smack Yaloom in the face. Nothing much that we can do at the moment. And right now, I think right now we'll just go ahead and just do heal. Save ourselves a few hits of Dragon Blood at the moment. So now we're using Baileysh. So let's see that maybe Yaloom is weak against Dark. She is. That was actually very lucky. Okay, so she is weak against Dark. We might be able to take her out. My Baileysh has a weakness towards fire, which is terrible right now. So Baileysh died a little early in that fight, but I did want to show you that I did win. All right, so here we are, double Dragon Blood team. We have Fatecore Anastasia as well as Fatecore Baileysh here. So perfect little PvP match. And like I said, when it comes to PvE, he's definitely much better there than he is in PvP. But of course, he still brings a Dragon Blood presence to your rear line. But, you know, like I said, I think there's definitely more options for PvP, though. But let's see what we can do. We've already done some nice counter damage to the enemy Baileysh. So let's go ahead and see. Are you weak against Dark? You are not weak against Dark. That's okay. As long as we can keep our Yaloom up, we are going to be very, very good here. Let's just kind of bounce. Let's just continue hitting this front line over here. That was a nice break there. That should be enough damage while through break with Frostfang. That's enough to go ahead and finish her off. Now we have our girl Yaloom, who does have the Tranquil buff on. So let's go ahead and hit with the block. Nice break there. Okay, and I think we can actually, let's just go ahead and heal. Heal up. Let's try not to do any attacks. Nice break over there. Once again with the counter. Down goes enemy Baileysh. Not great. There's the counter. And then down goes Baraka. Down goes Baraka. This guy is so dodgy. But when you see the slow-mo, you know. But that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Challenger 1, by the way. So that will do it for Fatecore Baileysh. Kind of my final thoughts on him. I think he's a fantastic PvE unit, especially as the game gets older and older and the PvE encounters get stronger and stronger, which will translate into larger amounts of Guardian Stones. Being able to throw a DOT on a very strong boss, break away multiple Guardian Stones with just one ability is going to be absolutely crucial. His Dragon Blood passive kind of goes without saying. Even though you're not really going to use him too much in PvP, you can still use him in Bone Dragon as well. So overall, pretty solid unit. That is a Fatecore Baileysh. I am FG3000, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.